Hello students of the 9th grade. Today's topic is grammar. We are going to discuss about modals and models of deduction. But what are some modals in English? You have learned modals in the previous years as well, so let's have a quick review of them. Here we've got some modals: will, can, might, should, could or would, must, may, as well as shall or ought to. But what is their primary use? Well, we use modals mostly to express possibility or permission or obligation. They can be used in their negative meaning as well to express inability or lack of obligation. We are going to have a closer look at modals now by reading some sentences, and we are going to match the sentences to what these modals express. So, here are the uses, what the modals express, and on the other side we have got the sentences with the modals in bold. So, let's start. Let's have a look firstly at the uses. It is not necessary. It's a good idea. It is a law or a rule. Pra është ligji, është rregulli kështu. It is required, kështu na kërkohet. It is prohibited or not allowed. It is possible, it is allowed or permitted. She is able to, ability in the past, request and asking for permission. Now, let's have a look at the sentences. He must or has to be at work by 10 o'clock. So what does this sentence express? This sentence expresses that he is obliged to do something. He is obliged to be at work by 10 o'clock. So what does the word must or has to express? It is matched with C, which means it is a law or a rule. Let's go on with the other sentence. You mustn't talk in class. So, you are not allowed to talk in class. It is forbidden to talk in class. So, what do you think? What is the correct use of mustn't? What does it express? Right. It expresses something that is prohibited, it is not allowed, and it is matched with D. And here it is D. It is prohibited or not allowed. You don't have to or you don't need to meet them if you don't want to. So, what does this sentence express? It means that it is not necessary to do something. It expresses lack of obligation. So, what is this sentence matched to with? Okay, it is matched, of course, with A. You don't need to means it is not necessary to do something. Let's go on. He should or ought to become a vet if he likes animals so much. So this person is giving an advice, right? This person thinks that it is a good idea to do something like this. And what is the letter that is matched with this question, with this sentence, sorry, it is letter B. So he should or ought to become a vet. It is a good idea that he becomes a vet. Then we have, she can speak 5 languages. So she has the ability to speak 5 languages. And which use is matched with this sentence? So it is G, ability. Then we have number 6, employees can or may take a 15-minute break at 2 o'clock. So what does this sentence express? And it is matched with F. And here it is F, it is allowed or permitted. So workers are allowed or permitted to have a short break. Sentence number 7. Don't leave because we may or might need your help later on. So what does this sentence express? We have the uses here. So what do you think? It is matched with E. And here it is. It is possible that we need your help. So may and might are used to express possibility. Let's go on with sentence number 8. He could or was able to run very fast when he was young. So if we have a look at this sentence, we understand that this belongs to the past, right? This expresses an ability in the past. This person could do this, was able to do this thing in the past. And it is letter H that expresses it. So could or was able to expresses an ability in the past. May or could I use your phone? what is this person doing here? He is asking for permission, right? So may or could, what do they express? We have got the uses here, and we have J, asking for permission. Can or could you help me with this report? What do you think? What does this sentence express here? It goes with letter I, and it is a request. This person is requesting some help with the report. Now let's have a look at, to have a better understanding of the modals. I have prepared modals and what they express, so it will be easier for you to remember them. So we have can, that is used to express permission, ability, or possibility. So the modal can be used in 3 or more uses to express permission, so you can go out or you can use my computer. To express ability, she can speak 5 languages, and we have permission as well, or sorry, possibility, which means she can come later, we don't know. Let's go on with must or have to. When do we use must and have to? We use must and have to express obligation, when it is a rule or a law, when you are obliged to do something. Then we have mustn't. It is the negative form of must and have to. Have to in the negative form should be used with the word mustn't to express prohibition, something that is prohibited. It is forbidden. You mustn't enter this area, for example. Then we have don't have to or don't need to. We should be very careful with don't have to and don't need to, because it is not the negative form of have to. The negative form of have to is mustn't. Don't have to or don't need to express something, it express lack of obligation. Pra mungesë të detyrimit. It is not necessary to do something. Then we have could. You know that could is the past form of the modal can, right? So it is ability again, but it is an ability in the past. For example, she could run faster when she was 5 years old. Then we have may or might. They are used to express possibility. Do you remember the sentence in the previous exercise? It was there, she might come later, we don't know. So it is possible that she may come later. Now let's practice the modals in this exercise. Choose the correct item. We have short exchanges here, and you are given 2 options of modals. We are going to understand the sentence and then choose the correct modal. So let's go on. The first sentence, would you mind working late this evening? And the answer, I'm sorry, but I can or have to pick my kids after school. So what do you think? What is the correct use? It is have to, because this person can't do this because he's obliged to do something else, right? He's obliged to pick up his kids from school. Number 2, here is the report you wanted. Oh, it's too long. You may not or didn't have to write so much. So it wasn't necessary that you had written so much. And what modal expressed that something wasn't necessary, and it is didn't have to. Number 3, sorry, but I can't or shouldn't understand this program. Let me help you. Now, this person is saying that he has a lack of ability to do something, inability to do something. And what is the negative form of ability, of the modal verb that express ability? We learned that can is used to express ability, and can't is used to express lack of ability, that is inability. So in this case, it is can't. Let's go on with number 4. You mustn't or don't have to touch these wires. Oh, I'm sorry, I'll be more careful. Now, this person here is saying that it is not allowed, you are not given permission to touch these wires. So, which modals express something that it is not allowed? And it is mustn't. And here it is a sentence. You mustn't touch these wires. Let's go on with the other sentences. Has Fred arrived yet? No, he said he might not or he mustn't be in until the afternoon. So this person here is saying that it is possible that Fred might not be in until the afternoon. So it is possibility, right? So what model do we use to express possibility? And it is might or might not in the negative form. Sentence number 7. Are you coming to lunch? No, I can or I have to finish this report. So this person is implying that he's obliged to do something else. And what model do we use to express obligation? It is can or is it can or have to? And it is have to. Sentence number 8. Is it all right if I leave? The answer: no, you may not or don't have to leave until 4 p.m. So, what do you think? We know that we use don't have to express something that it is not necessary. But does this sentence express something that it is not necessary? Of course not. So we should use may not. You are not given permission, right? Where is John? I'm not sure. He should or might have gone out. So this person is not sure. He is implying something. He is saying that possibly John might have gone out. So in this case, the sentence expresses possibility. So what model do we use to express possibility? Correct, it is might, because we know that we use should to express advice, to say that something is a good idea to be made. Number 10. Is Monday afternoon okay? And the answer: sorry, I can't. I must or can meet you on Tuesday afternoon, though, if it's okay with you. So what do you think? What does the answer implies? So it implies that this person can't go, right? So we are going to say I can meet you. It is possible that I meet you on Tuesday, because we learned that we can use can to express possibility, permission, or ability. Now let's go on with another exercise. You are given here some sentences and we are going to rewrite these sentences using the correct model. First, we should understand the sentences very well so that to use the correct model. No one is allowed to enter this area. So, what model do we use to express something that it is not allowed to happen, that it is not given permission? And we use mustn't, right? So, this sentence would be: you mustn't enter this area. I advise John to tidy his room. What models do we use to give advice? We use should or ought to, right? So, in this case, how would the sentence be? John should tidy his room. So it's a good idea and it is an advice. It is quite possible that Mr. Jones will like your idea. So here we've got a possibility. But we know that we express possibilities by using can, may, or might. So what do you think? Mr. Jones might like your idea. So we use might to express possibilities. You have permission to take the day off. Do you remember what modal verb do we use to express permission, to give permission? Correct, it is can. And here it is: you can take the day off. Sentence number 5. It is required that Brian finishes the report by Friday. So this means that Brian is obliged to do something. He is required to do this. What models do we use to say that something is a law or that something it is required to be done? And it is have to or must, right? But when we conjugate the model have to, we say I have to, you have to, he, she, it has to, we, you, they have to. In this case, the subject is singular, so we are going to say Brian has to finish the report by Friday. As I said at the beginning, today we're going to practice models of deductions as well. But what are these models of deduction? What do they express? Let's have a close look at the examples. Here you've got a picture, right? It's a spider and a rabbit. This person is thinking, is trying to solve a question. It's got 8 legs. It hasn't got long ears. So this person now is trying to make logical assumptions, right? So he's saying it may be an insect. So it is possible that it is an insect. He's sure that it is an insect. It can't be an animal. So he's sure that it isn't something for a negative thing, right? So it can't be an animal. Ai nuk mund të jetë një kafshë because it has 8 legs. It must be a spider. This person is 90% sure that it might be a spider, or 100% sure that it must be a spider. But this person is saying that it can't be a rabbit. Pra nuk mund të jetë, nuk ka mundësi që të jetë një lepur. Pra, çfarë janë models of deduction? Models of deduction janë për të kur ne ngrem hipoteza ose kur ne jemi duke menduar për hipoteza të mundshme. So, we are going to read the sentences and we are going to say them in our language, in Albanian. The first one, he must be tired. I'm sure he is. Pra, ai duhet jeti lodhur. Unë jam e sigurt 100% that this person is tired. She can't be hungry. Pra, ajo nuk mund të jetë e uritur, nuk ka mundësi të jetë e uritur. Why? I'm sure she is not, because maybe she has just eaten something. The last one, they may be sister. I am not very sure, but they may be sister. Perhaps, or it is possible that they may be sisters. I am 50% sure that they may be sisters. Now we are going to practice the models of deductions by completing the sentences with a correct modal. The first one, Fred got promoted again. Wow, he be very good at his job. So this person is very sure that Fred was very good at his job. So what model of deduction do we use to express something that we are very sure of something? And it is must. Let's go on with number 2. Isn't that the new chef? It. B. He looks too young to be a chef. So this person is saying that he is sure that something is not like that. So what model do we use to express this? Do you remember the example with the spiders and the animal and the rabbit? And it is can't. It can't be. Pra nuk mund të jetë. Ai është tepër I ri për të qenë shefi I ardhshëm. Sentence number 3. I have been calling, but there is no answer. Oh, they, and there are 2 possible answers here, be closed for lunch. So what do you think? What are the models of deductions that best fit this sentence? And it is may and must. It is possible, this person is 50% sure, or must, this person is 90 to 100% sure that they must be out for lunch. Greg isn't in his office. He be at a meeting. Pra, Greg nuk është në zyrën e tij, me sigura I duhet jetë në një takim. So, what are the models of deductions that we might use here? And it is must or may. It's exactly the same thing with the previous sentence. His house is near the train station. It be quiet. Atëherë, shtëpia e tij është ngjitur me stacionin e trenit, kështu që me siguri që ai nuk ka mundësi ta ketë shtëpinë në qetësi, apo jo. Atëherë, cilën modale përdorim? What model of deduction do we use to express that we are sure that something is not like that? And it is can't. And I hope you understood the models and the models of deduction, and you might practice models and models of deduction in the exercises of your book. Thank you for your attention.